See those sleigh bells jingling, ring ting tingling too.
It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas.
All right, Snape.
Everywhere you go.
Snape.
Harry
Severus Snape.
Snape.
Speaking of that,
Severus.
wait.
Dumbledore.
Dumbledore.
Hermione. Harry Potter.
Is this where
Ron
if,
Weasley.
is this if Harry Potter characters are Pokemon or like what?
Have you not seen that Harry Potter puppet show thing?
Oh
ticking time bomb.
Snape. Severus Snape.
Dumbledore.
Snape.
I finally got them.
Cool. Enjoy the second one.
I have yet to watch
The
it.
first one has no plot.
Oh,
It has a story.
The story is very all over the place. I will say that. I enjoyed it. It's just very all over the place. And coming from someone that likes to write, try to write, it was confusing as hell.
All I can say is welcome to the club. We were going to make jackets, but the ministry got in the way.
Muggles.
No, not the muggles, the ministry. The opposite of the muggles.
No, I called you all
Like
muggles.
Oh.
You're a muggle.
Because I figured it'd at least make Andrew mad. Because I'm just a
Muggles
fan.
are non-wizard
Look.
folks.
I know. Well, I called you one.
Look, we're a child-friendly channel. We cannot be using derogatory terms like that. It's not okay.
Yeah. Dude, editing the fate of the damned one today was very hard, and there's one point in the video where I even start talking about it. I literally told Jason like a week ago to stop using the word damn, and now we're the whole DLC thing we were doing is called Fate of the Damned, and I'm like, ugh.
That's also different.
I know, but that's what we were saying later. Kevin was like, oh, the game, it's in the title. You can't hide it.
Well, no, it's different. It's different because of context. It's different because of how and why it's being used. It's being used in its literal sense rather than in the sense of profanity.
I just thought it's funny.
It's the horrible fate of Amazing Beaver Dam that got destroyed. Fate of the Damned. I don't know.
Alrighty then.
Wouldn't that then be the fate of the river that has been damned, rather than the fate of the dam itself?
Yeah, but that's too long.
Well, yeah, no, but the fate of the damned would be referring to the river, not the dam, because the dam isn't damming itself. The dam is damming the river.
Well, damn. All right.
I'm confused.
Sorry.
I'm not even focused and I'm confused.
I'm confused too.
English.
Mm-hmm.
You speak that?
Oh,
Kinda.
Andrew's computer just crashed.
You can. It looks like he saw it coming. Like look at the freeze frame of his eyes. You see them widen a little.
We replaced his power supply. I was on the phone with him while he was doing that. So far, it's helped. I think his graphics card definitely has some kind of issue because he got green screen the other day. And
Does he want the 580 back? Because I haven't put it back in.
Nah, I don't know yet. Because I think he's giving it. He's either going to give this one a shot or wait till later. I'm not going to speak for him on that, but I know the power supply helped a lot though. Unless this is just a network problem. But if it crashed, that's hilarious because every time we do the podcast, it's like it always happens.
We haven't done an intro.
You did.
I think you started.
No, you did. I'm counting that Christmas singing as the intro.
Oh.
Yeah.
I wasn't even singing.
You just started going with it, and then I was like, "This is great." And then Andrew got Harry Potter, and we started talking about Harry Potter. Which, speaking of Harry Potter, yeah, Johnny Depp is no longer in Harry Potter.
Because of a lot of stuff that is irritating.
Yep.
There goes Andrew.
It's kind of sad because it's like, I think we've been playing a lot of Destiny lately, which we'll talk about that later when Andrew comes back. But it kind of sucks because like a lot has happened with that situation. Like I know they're trying to get his wife or ex-wife. I don't know what the situation is now with that. But trying to petition her off of Aquaman, which apparently that did not work. I saw today that she's still in Aquaman too.
Sadly, even though it was like over 1 million signatures.
Yeah, it goes to show you that Warner Brother doesn't listen to people as much as the Sonic Hedgehog people do.
I just hope nobody watches the movie now.
I'm gonna watch it. Sadly,
Nope.
just because
I'm not touching it. I haven't even seen the first one, so
the first one's actually really good. I will say that Aquaman blew my mind a little bit. Hey, computer crasher, how you doing?
That was another green screen.
Yeah, I think
I'm
it's your
gonna
graphics
start
card,
calling you Launchpad McQuack.
What?
I think
What does that have to do with it?
Do you not know who Launchpad McQuack is?
I know what a
I don't.
launch pad is, and I have no idea what a McQuack is. So please explain.
Is that
Is that the
like-
duck on one tire?
No, that's Gizmo Duck.
Okay.
No, Launchpad is Scrooge McDuck's pilot, and he has a very bad habit of crashing everything that he has him drive, from cars to planes to anything.
It's really funny
It,
that like
it's even more exaggerated in the new DuckTales.
oh,
But yeah,
I actually was gonna save this for the podcast. I have a list because I'm trying to be more organized with this. I was gonna talk about the fact that they're remaking It's Time to Get Dangerous. Whatever that duck's name is.
Darkwing Duck.
They're remaking that with the same animation as the new.
Let's get dangerous.
Yeah. Where the hell, Andrew? Where are you going?
He's gonna
Okay.
pull out some Darkwing Duck paraphernalia of some kind.
Nothing. He pulled out nothing. Okay.
You got
Yeah.
nothing. I was
So-
hoping you were gonna come back with a Darkwing Duck hat or plushie or something.
Yeah.
Like you jumped up like you were excited, and you've disappointed us and the
DuckTales.
audience.
I got rubber duck.
DuckTales
DuckTales.
show
Woo!
like the remake of that. The only reason I was so excited about that was David Tennant being Scrooge.
It was great.
But like
He was a fantastic Scrooge. He really was.
it was just so like bizarre. Like they did the new Disney style, which is not that great. But
Well,
they
and
did it
they've
with like a
also-
weird cartoon feel.
They completely redid the nephews. They turned Beakley into a secret agent.
what?
They-
What?
yeah, Beakley was no longer just the maid. She was a secret agent that Scrooge used to adventure with, who later became the maid, and kind of personal bodyguard for Scrooge. They killed the butler and then kept him around as a ghost. Or rather, the butler had died of old age, presumably, and then they brought him back as a ghost to continue
Oh.
being the butler, which really, that's just cruel. Yeah, they did a lot of really, really like weird changes without really changing anything.
It's cool
Interesting.
for like I think I like always thought this way about this was it's cool for them to remake certain stuff for like when we have kids one day and they can go back and watch it kind of modernized, so it gives us a reason to watch it because we want to see what happened to the show we enjoyed as kids.
Yeah, but that's where you get the monstrosity that is the Quack Pack.
Or Dora. Because I was thinking about Dora for some reason. Because you and I saw the live action movie recently, or when that came out, and that was an experience. Boots
I thought
as
he-
Machete Kills.
I was so excited
He's
for
like,
Danny Trejo
"Dora,
to play Boots.
Dora,
And then he had one section of speaking lines.
Think of your
He had
family,
like one
Dora."
paragraph of lines.
like Dora, I am a talking monkey, Dora.
Like you're just watching the movie the whole time, waiting for Machete to start talking, and he won't.
Like, I
And
think
he
we
does, and he goes away, and you're like, "What? That's it?"
I think before we watched it, we looked up the cast list because I was
Yeah,
like,
we did.
I was like, okay,
I think we were already in the theater though.
Yeah.
I think we're like, was it like just some random Friday or Saturday night? You're like, you know what? Forget it. Let's go watch Dora. Let's go watch Dora
No.
Croft and see how bad this is.
You,
It was like the week after we watched it.
yeah, cause it was I was meeting my grandparents at their house for chicken pot pie because they were making it for my dad and I who were supposed to come over.
Now, kitty.
And I was with Jason. He dropped me off over there, and we had to wait for senior or something, so we went back to the movies. and watch Dora Croft, and the whole time we're watching Dora Croft.
That's the name of it. That's the name of it now. That's our official name for the movie. I think that was our official name for the movie from the start. Like I looked at the poster and I went, "That's just Dora Croft."
It's just Laura Croft for kids, basically.
And then you watch it, and it pretty much is just Tomb Raider for kids.
It was good. It wasn't bad though. It was just really weird.
It had
for the newer generation who have no idea who Dora is, for them it was probably good.
Well, it had all the features of your typical live action Nickelodeon movie. I mean, it was just another Nickelodeon teen movie.
Nickelodeon? Yeah.
Nickelodeon.
The era it started in. The Nickelodeon era.
The Nickelodeon? Is that what you say? Nucleus?
You see that George Lopez is on TikTok now?
Yeah,
all he plays
for a while.
All he plays is the George Lopez intro song. So all
my friends, ride low, ride up.
Getting flashbacks of waking up at 5 a.m.
That's the meme.
3 a.m.
3 a.m. He made himself into a meme. He literally turned that whole thing and was like, "This is now a meme."
And there's one of them with the daughter from the show
and the wife,
and it was exactly that. And he's just standing there in the edge of the room with a boombox.
Did you know he has Parkinson's?
Does he?
Lopez?
Yeah.
I don't know that.
That's why. Yeah, I learned it recently because he was doing an interview, I think, with Michael J. Fox. And they were talking about the fact that they both have Parkinson's and how they've continued to try to do their career with this. And it's like, whoa.
His case must be less severe than
Michael J. Fox's is so much worse. It has to be.
And well, he does, from the little I understand of the condition itself, Michael J. Fox does have a rather severe condition. Like his is not the average. Or again, so I understand. I haven't done a lot of study into the subject.
Right.
I know he's working on or they've been working on for a while. They've been trying to do takes between his little there's like they call them like panic attacks in a way. That's the best way to think about it. He does takes of Back to the Future 4 in between those moments when he has a good time.
They're filming Back to the Future 4.
They've been filming it
and
like
I'm
a year.
just now hearing about
this.
Wait,
what?
Yeah, Doc is supposed to come back too
for a while.
Yeah.
Wait, isn't he dead?
Doc?
No, Doc's not dead. No.
I mean, if you're thinking, was it the third one or the second one? I know there was one that he stayed on the train, but that was like different.
No, I mean the actor.
No, the actor's still kicking.
Yeah, he's still kicking. He did like a back in
20,043.
Back in 2015 when they were, they said that it was 2015.
Hi, Mom.
She just turns.
This is what I have to deal with.
She just turns the lights on and off, dude.
Was she trying to tell you something, or did she just do that to mess with you?
Dinner's ready.
Food's ready.
Dinner's ready. That's another. I want to get out of my parents' house, dude.
He knows I'm recording.
I'm gonna buy her a bell. And
ding ding ding.
You can hang it on your door.
Yeah.
Make it a cowbell too.
Just buy her a boxing bell that she can hang on the door. She can just walk up and.
Well, go get your food, Andrew. We'll be here.
Or will we?
Yeah.
No, you're all gonna die from like an alien apocalypse or something.
As soon as he walks away, just everybody turns their cameras off.
I'm looking at Steam. There's a drug dealer simulator game, and I'm concerned.
Get your kids on drugs is not good.
I'm not playing that.
I was gonna say, is it just GTA?
They got a pretty very positive review though.
Wow. Drugs, dare.
Oh, you can lock it.
Dare to do drugs, kids. Don't do drugs. Don't do drugs at all.
So
That's what the cartel uses to train new people.
Do you remember the DARE program?
Yeah, we talked about it.
Do you remember how cringy that was?
It was very cringy.
I may or may not have been an officer for DARE. Because when I was a safety patrol in 4th and 5th grade.
Okay, no, there it is. That was the question I was about to ask. I was going to go, Dennis, You were a hall monitor, weren't you?
I was safety patrol for two schools years. That doesn't happen in school very often.
No. I need you to understand. Do you know why they call them safety patrol?
Because it sounds better.
No, because they had to rebrand from all the mocking of the hall monitors.
I was the coolest one. I used to like go down the hallways, especially in the kindergarten area, and like play games with some of the kids in kindergarten and give them stickers if they won and stuff. Like kids
But
knew
you're
me.
also the cool one that when someone came to use the bathroom, you're like, all right, but don't go back to class.
No, it was only the kids I didn't like that I would tell to go back to class.
That's an abuse.
I
of power.
enforced my dude. There was one time where this one
You
dude
didn't
started.
force it.
No, there was one time this one kid argued with me the fact that I was a safety patrol, and I was like, dude, first off, this belt made this my
I
favorite
was about
color.
to say, do you see my reflective sash?
That's the reason I like lime green is because of that safety patrol belt. I used to like red, and then I was like, dude, this color is sick.
You're at Walmart every day.
I was a fan of red.
It's official. You're our friend. You wear the ascot because you used to be a Boy Scout.
I used to be a Boy Scout.
I wasn't
So
a Boy
did
Scout. I wanted to be a Boy Scout.
I was an Eagle Scout.
I wanted to be an Eagle Scout.
Did you make it to your Eagle?
Yeah, I've made it through a few years of Eagle. I still have some badges, and I went to the Barrett Badge College and everything.
Didn't they teach you how to tie ropes?
Yeah.
Then why are your hands so?
I completely forgot all of
Then
it.
why are your
but
hands so fragile?
Well, it takes a lot to get your Eagle. Like, bravo.
You're gonna pull that on me, Dennis?
You tried to pull a cable out of your computer, bro. Hey, to be fair, I did it that night later on for my dad. It took me like 5 seconds, but it took a minute for my finger to get in there.
Well, what cable?
The CPU cable.
Well, that cable's a pain to get, so.
It is.
Especially when you got big meaty hands like I do. It
Took
the
me
worst
20
thing to do.
minutes.
It took him 20 minutes. And he doesn't have
I don't-
big meaty hands.
I have very big meaty hands.
My hands
oh, no,
aren't
they're gonna
meaty, but
go.
they're
It's not that I have like somewhat medium-sized hands, but like I couldn't just pull it out.
fragile.
I had to force it.
He's like, I'm gonna break my fingers, and
would-
I'm like, you're not gonna
it
break
would-
your fingers, Andrew. You're gonna be fine. They may bleed
I
a
was
little bit.
bleeding.
Yeah, it's gonna
Thank
happen.
you.
Well, it's
You did
just
it, though.
annoying because they have those clips that you have to press.
Yeah.
And they're
Yeah,
not easy
I was
to
pressing
press.
that, and it just wouldn't come out.
I was
Because
like,
you have to press it like right.
I told him, I said, you can break that little clip part off. You're replacing the power supply. Just break the clip off and then put the new one in there.
Nonsense.
Yeah.
Someone might be able to use these cables for something else.
That's what I always do. I have so many cables laying around.
Dude, I have a box under my bed full of just computer parts and cables and stuff, just in case.
I have boxes in several churches and in a few people's houses.
Sounds
And
stuff, too.
those are just the ones that were actually mine, and not including the ones that belonged to my father and other family members that are spread throughout the same churches as well as other churches and other people's garages and attics.
You're in my garage.
Brand new
organizing your
Lamborghini.
Oh, there it
wires.
goes. You started.
Knowledge.
You said one thing, and everyone else said
No.
everything.
Dude, I followed him on Tinder. Oh god, no.
Wow.
No, I
Oh,
meant
yeah.
Snapchat. The other app I don't use very often. Snapchat.
Tinder, Snapchat, same thing.
Pretty much. Just swipe on those anyways. Always get swiped left on those.
And that app is cancer.
I
What?
don't open the
Which
app.
one?
Tinder. Both of them. I hate both of them.
My dad found his
Yeah.
girlfriend on there. I can't even get anyone to match with me. That's not like trying to just to get to
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you were pissed off with me. Like, there's no other word for that. I tried to avoid that phrase, but you were so mad at me when I decided I was gonna try dating again, and I got a Tinder, and he couldn't get any matches. I had like 8 of them before I left his house after setting up the account.
Yes, Andrew,
the
it was
one we
that
went on?
girl.
Oh,
Yeah, we went on a double
this-
date to see
Do
Star
you guys ever
Wars.
feel bad about dating? It wasn't a double date. I brought 2 third wheels.
do not call it a double date. Please do not call it a double date. That means I'm dating Dennis, and I didn't want to do that.
I'm
wanna do that.
terrible. I'm terrible at casual dating.
Oh, it
Like,
was.
I just
Yeah, I know because I felt like I was dating her that night.
well, you get talkative when you're around anybody, and you spent more time flirting with her than I could spend talking to her
I went to
because you don't
fourth
know
wheel
when
that
to
went
stop.
home with like a big Dio pop. That night was just all sorts of messed up.
We saw Jedi Fall. We saw the new Rise of Skywalker though. That was a really good movie.
That was the second time I saw
Is
it.
that what we went and saw?
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's why. That's why I probably talked to her so much. Was she started talking to me about her fandom on it, and I was like, "Oh, a fan, cool. I'll bully them."
Oh wow.
And by
But
that I mean just ask a lot of questions.
I'm terrible at dating.
And then I became an idiot and got a balloon animal in my head.
I haven't even tried.
A balloon Spider-Man. I got balloon Spider-Man on my head at Tijuana Flats.
I can't even. I got something. I don't.
You
I
got
don't even know
Dio,
what it
and you
was.
got a movie from the movie section.
I got Stranger
Yeah,
Things.
we went to Target too.
Yeah.
The three of us went to get food beforehand. Then we went over.
She was there. She got some
At-
big pink drink or something, if I remember.
at the Red Robins.
Oh no, you're talking about before the movie. Yeah.
I said beforehand.
Sorry. We went to TGI Fridays, and then we went to
TGI Fridays, that's what it was. And
Yeah.
then we went over to the movie theater. And then we went
we
to
played games for a while.
Tijuana Taxi, I think it was.
Yeah.
Yeah, and then we went to Target, walked around Target with her dog.
And I had a balloon animal in my
Sat
head.
on some bean bags too
I got stuck up.
for like
Dude,
half an hour.
you should see. I forgot. I bought this that day, or just before that day, and it's just been beaten down.
No, you bought that night. Yeah, I remember you carrying that around.
I'm like, I need it.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a
What
that
was
was a
the, what
fun
was the
night though.
stupid thing I almost bought for her? Oh, it was the giant narwhal.
Yes. Yeah, it got thrown at my face at one point. Like everything
There's
does.
a lot of things at your face. By the way.
Yeah.
Like,
Shade
I think we threw an entire bean bag at some point.
and some shade.
It was all in all, it was fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, as far as a date goes, it could be considered a really awkward date, but it was a fun time. Like
I had fun with Andrew.
I'm just an awkward dude. Like I don't date. I've had relationships and like there wasn't dating beforehand. There was friendship beforehand and then relationship and then of course obviously not relationship later.
Yeah. I didn't want to talk about it on the podcast, but kind of goes hand in hand with what you're talking about. Like lately I've been dreaming a lot about just things in general. I haven't dreamed in a long time. And for some reason I had a dream that I took my job back at McDonald's. And guess who was working at McDonald's again, even though she wasn't there? My ex. And being that I've lost some weight since I moved from there, I came in there and the first thing on my mind was, is my shirt tucked in too tight? Do you still see the jelly rolls? In my dream, I was like that. And I go, okay, I just walked past Sarah and I heard her and someone else start whispering with each other. I'm like, does she notice that I'm not fat anymore? That was the first thing
Is
on
she
my mind.
whispering because she thinks I look healthier, or is she whispering because my shirt is tucked in too tight and my fat rolls are visible?
And then like there was a pool in the back of McDonald's. And then I woke
Wow,
up.
that's a
Man,
fancy
see.
McDonald's.
Yeah, there was like a pool. Like I opened a door and there was just like this whole
That was the
section that didn't make sense it
industrial
was there.
size
And I woke up thinking in my mind like McDonald's wasn't that big. That it had an indoor pool and a locker room. I'm like, this whole place changed. Even Reba came out and she was nice to me. Like,
McIntyre?
no, I had a manager named Reba. She's the one that I yelled at one time because she wasn't helping us. She just went outside to smoke.
Wait, there's somebody named Reba that isn't Reba.
Yes, she's really nice too. I mean, she's all right. That's the first time I actually yelled at someone in like that impressed my ex and some other people. Because we were sitting there working, and I told Jason this before. I worked the second shift, which is supposed to be the second highest number of people working, and there was the amount of people that work third shift, which is 3 at our store. So there's only 3 people working the busiest shift, one of the busiest shifts, the dinner rush. And Reba is our manager at the time. I was just a crew trainer, and she comes in, She goes to the back, does her thing for a second, comes out, starts smoking a cigarette every 15 minutes. And I go, Reba, can you pour me some fries real quick? And I'm sitting there doing the front counter, taking orders, taking money, giving out food to the front, doing the side, passing stuff out the window, and also making the food on the counter. So I'm doing basically 4 other people's jobs at once, which was bugging me that day. I had to stay for second shift. And Reba comes by and goes, no! She had a southern accent. She's like, no, you can do it yourself. And I'm like, Reba, I'm like, I can't. She comes back. She goes back to smoking. She comes by me again, and I go, Reba, I really need some fries. Do you mind pouring the fries for me? She goes, well, why can't you do it? I'm like, because I'm doing your job, Reba. And she just looked at me, and she goes, oh, and then I still had to pour the fries. But I remember everyone coming up to me and going, did you just yell at Reba? And I was like, yeah. They're like, no one yells at Reba. I'm like, well, I'm doing her job, so maybe someone needs to yell at her because you guys need help as well, and I'm trying to help y'all, but she's not coming back here and helping you. So I apologized to her later, and she goes, no, you don't need to apologize. She goes, you're right, I wasn't working. She's like, I need to stop taking smoke breaks. She goes, go kill me anyways, and I'm like, yeah. And if this continued, someone else might kill you. But yeah, she started working. She was really nice after McDonald's. That. Every time I started like getting in that situation again, she would start coming out and helping me again, helping the others. And I was like, I think I taught her to not be like that. I'll never forget that though. Just yelling at her, not really yelling either. I was like, because I'm doing your job. And then that just changed everything.
Yeah, you'd be surprised when done right how much good can come from actually telling off the people that are supposed to be in charge and aren't doing their job.
Yep. I know you worked at
wish that would
McDonald's
happen
too.
at Walmart.
Well, then you need to be the one to make it happen. Yell at your boss, Andrew.
I
You
have.
yell at your boss, you're getting fired.
I
Or they're
have.
just gonna tell you to.
Yeah,
got a raise
it's
from it,
Walmart.
so.
It's Walmart. That's a little different.
They just don't care.
Nope.
Like
No,
we've
Walmart.
asked for a remote, which is now we have 3 of them that are all broken for the machines that we use to push the carts.
Uh-huh.
All
Oh,
3 of them are broken.
Do you
We've
know
only
what's
had
wrong with them?
They're just broken. I don't know. They just some of them don't turn on. Some of them, I don't know. It's confusing. They're just broken. But yeah, we've pretty much been in the one remote situation since April of this year. We've told them that it's been broken since April, and they still haven't gotten us another remote. We've heard like at least 20 times that they're ordering another remote. It's like, no, you're not. You're just saying that.
I know you said this when we visited you at that Walmart a couple weeks ago or months ago. How are you using the cart pusher that day?
With the remote?
You had the one remote that day when we were slowly driving behind you?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And now the one remote we have right now, we have like a fast and slow button on it. The fast button doesn't work. So we have to use the slow one, which you have to push down incredibly hard for. So I'm assuming that like the board that's like in the remote, the circuit, is like isn't fully up to the faceplate.
Probably.
Is my guess.
Well, no, it could be that. It could also be that the not resistor, the
button? Bless you.
I swear I'm smart.
Bless your
I
heart.
do. I swear I know part of what I'm talking about, but
Bless your heart.
yeah, but essentially that the button, or rather the thing that the button attaches to, the actual thing that gets pressed, which I guess is still just the button, but that particular component on the button could be going bad. So the one's already gone bad. The other is going bad.
But we don't have people to fix those remotes though, so they just literally have to buy new ones.
Well, that's part of why I asked you what was wrong with them, because I'm tempted to come out with my little toolkit and a multimeter and
They're
just
not
sit
gonna let
over.
you.
What if you
They
take
won't
it
let you.
behind the store and have
I was about
Jason
to
park
say,
back there?
It's
You
not
like-
hard to find blind spots, and all you got to do
Want to fix
is
my remote?
all you got to do is walk past the window and drop them in,
Hey,
and then walk past when I text you later, and I'll drop them back in the carts.
I got 3 things I need you to fix if you can remotes. I got a mouse that's actually kind of working right now, but it's not really. I got the PlayStation controller and then your old Xbox controller.
Okay, those are a lot of smaller parts, and I don't have soldering gun right now.
What if I got you one?
Then I'll see what I can do. But a lot of times,
Just buy a
when-
new mouse.
I
was gonna
don't
say,
have. This is the exact same price as the freaking Adobe Premiere Suite.
So I'll
Well,
buy
I was gonna
Adobe.
say a lot
Mhm.
of times, it's just as expensive to try and repair those things as to replace them,
Oh,
depending on what level of mouse you got.
so
But I don't imagine you spent a terribly large amount of money on it.
I spent 40 on this. It was a pretty decent one. No, so
Yeah, the point is, if you can't afford a mouse, you can't afford a soldering gun.
well, no, I have a soldering gun. Yeah, so there's this mouse and then the one I'm using when I edit. So this is the one for gaming because it gives me the scuff controller feel, and then this is the one for editing because I have the precise button pressing.
Then use the editing.
I can't because I don't have these two buttons on the side. Also, it's too small.
You don't need them.
Yeah, I do, but it's also too
They're
small.
a luxury. You don't really need them.
Yeah, but this still works. I can still kind of shoot things. I just gotta.
Kinda.
I mean, in COD, so I can't shoot with this one anymore. This one right here. I shoot with this one here and aim down sights with this one. And this is my tactical grenades. I found a way around it, but it's scuffed. No, I fixed it though.
You just buy a good one in period.
Yeah, but this was
I got-
this. I've had this one for 2
This
years.
this is like a $200 mouse. I got it for $50.
I've had this for 2 years. This is like a $70 mouse. I got it for $39. And then Jason just got that from Walmart.
I didn't just get this. I've had this for a while.
We've had it for a couple of months.
Let me go get my food real quick.
But yeah, Andrew and I were filming a video the other day. Me trying to get back at not Kevin, my roommate, because he's been really loud lately, and I didn't get any sleep the other day, and I got sick again that night. So we start getting really loud playing COD or something, and we were just filming. We weren't streaming or anything, and Andrew goes, "You got to make it more convincing. You got to slam your desk." And so I fell onto the mouse, like my hand fell on the mouse, and it's been working ever since.
That does sound like something I could probably repair without
It's working now.
soldering gun.
Working
But
now.
that's still those are like super tiny micro components. Like it's tedious.
I've gotten work. Like I said, I got it working now. I'm not gonna use it for editing just to be safe because I'm still like it gets kind of annoying if it decides to double click, especially when you're editing photos or in Photoshop and you're doing that tool that you drag around to select stuff. And eventually we'll just double click and you'll be like halfway done. You'll be like, dang it, I gotta do it again. And then when you get to that point again, you'll do it again. And I'm just like,
Yeah, the difference between doing a mouse and a game controller and doing like the controller for those cards is actually quite significant.
Oh,
Like most of the wiring and what connects all the different components in the larger controller for the cart pusher is snap connectors. In worst case scenario, I can just cut a wire and splice a set of wires or butt connect a set of wires and not have to worry about actually disconnecting things from the board.
Okay.
Whereas with that stuff, I mean, the only way to do anything is point to point.
Hey, Andrew.
Huh?
Oh, you can hear me.
Yeah.
Hey, buddy. When you walked in that door, you looked like your dad walking in.
Hi, Tony.
I just wanted to let you know that. Does your dad wear burrito shirts?
No.
Okay. So
Why did burrito all of a sudden in the tone you said it sound like some like Colombian clothing wear?
Burrito?
burrito?
Burrito shirts.
Burrito.
You wear burrito shirts?
Burrito shirts.
Does he wear burrito shirts?
Mm.
Yeah,
Burrito.
it
He
sounds
wears
like
a lot of political shirts.
A lot of what?
it sounds like a Banana Republic thing. Like it's just
What does your dad wear?
A lot of political shirts.
No.
Like, don't tread on me. He has a lot of those.
So, speaking of politics,
no.
No.
let's talk about
please.
the
No.
Mandalorian.
No.
Oh,
Okay.
no, I haven't watched it yet.
Neither have
I
I.
haven't either.
Neither have I. But there's one little detail
What?
I want.
No.
No, wait. There's one little
Where
detail.
are
I
you guys all at? Where have
first
any of
episode.
you
I
been?
haven't started the
two.
show yet.
We watched the first episode of season 2
Well,
together.
Put your earmuffs on, you uncultured swine. We're talking about the Mandalorian.
I just want to talk about one thing,
I don't.
and that's the fact that the chick that voices Bo, whatever her name is, the redhead from
Bo-Katan.
Bo-Katan, she's actually the chick that voices her is actually the live action rendition of her. They just put the wig on. I thought that was cool.
Yeah.
That's all I wanted to talk about because I know Andrew hasn't seen any. I haven't seen it either.
You also noticed too. Oh well, no, I can't say. What episode is anybody on?
Kevin's
2.
on 0. Him and I are on
0.
technically. We got to start 2 on season 2.
You guys haven't seen any of season 2?
Saw season 1.
We've seen the first one.
We saw the giant lizard
We saw Boba's
Okay,
armor.
good. So you did see that one, and you
Yeah.
saw the ending of that one.
with Boba Fett.
Yeah, with him standing on the hilltop.
Yeah.
Kevin had started it. Don't swallow too much.
I saw
Huh?
Kevin's
Yeah.
little mic thing.
But
move,
what
and
I was
I'm
gonna
like,
say is they used.
I'm not even listening. So.
The
Oh.
guy,
Good, though.
the guy that was standing on the mountain was the
Yeah, it
guy
was the
that played Jango
actual-
Fett and the guy that voiced all the clones.
Mm-hmm.
My dad
Like,
saw that.
they're-
He came home one day and he freaked out. He started talking about it for me.
Is
Because
it?
Boba Fett's his favorite Star Wars character. So
It's weird, and I'm sure Fillion did the or not Fillion.
Filoni.
Filoni did this on purpose. But like, as soon as you see the armor standing in the doorway, anybody that knows Boba sees the armor and goes, "Wait!"
He was too
Like
thin.
it was just instant. Hey,
I did turn
and
to, yeah.
then you start looking at it and going, "Did they just do it really, really bad, or is it not him?" Like,
I turned to Andrew and was like, "Dude, Boba's here," and I was like, "But he looks thin." I'm like, did he lose some weight? The guy that
did.
played Cod, whatever his name is, like he's a good actor for that role. Like I felt like he was really good. Cause I
yeah,
saw
they
some of the
got an
comic
old
about.
Western guy.
Yeah, I hope he comes back again.
Oh, he will. They're doing the same thing they did in season
Avengers
1,
Assemble.
where
at the end.
they're just stacking up characters for him to come back and pick up later.
Yeah, I saw a picture of Baby Yoda's Uber Eats lady or guy. That's all I know. It's just that he ate all the eggs.
He didn't eat well, not all of them, but
yeah,
yes,
Jason can probably explain more about this. I told Dennis about.
Baby Yoda committed infanticide. That's
That's what it was. Yeah, it's like a
few
huge
times
problem right
over.
now.
a few times over.
So it ate babies. Okay, that makes more
The
sense.
internet
it
is
it
so
ate
upset about Baby Yoda.
It ate unfertilized eggs. So it's no different than it's no different in theory than eating all the frogs and the other creatures that he's constantly just
But
randomly
also,
swallowing.
it's a fictional TV show. Like,
Also,
come on.
babies don't know better, even though he's 60 almost. But
Yeah.
If you can
I
get
mean-
that mad about a fictional TV show, this road's just lost it.
if you can get that mad about a fictional TV show, and not get that mad about or like actually things that matter in the world, then you need to eat some eggs.
Like scrambled eggs or fried eggs.
Dude, I had eggs this morning. Actually, it was like 3:00, but yeah.
It's still the morning.
Yeah, I was so worried that Baby Yoda was just legit gonna eat one of the actual fertilized eggs or the babies or whatever when they hatched. It's just terrifying moment. And again, I'm sure they did that on purpose. They're like, we're just gonna leave this here.
Yeah, but I think Dave Filoni is pulling out a lot of stuff from the Clone Wars show. Like he's starting to pull a lot of stuff he did from that show into this, which is great. It's good Easter eggs. I know they confirmed Ahsoka for sure in the next episode or next few episodes, somewhere in there.
It's just what he's got to pull from.
Yeah,
Like,
but I didn't realize the
it's-
actress looks so much like her.
I mean, that's not uncommon in the animation world to
yeah.
pick your actor and then change your character accordingly to the actor.
There's another show on Netflix that has her in it. I think it's called Life After or something. It's about like this weird alien shaped ship kind of thing. It's like a blocky ship. It's weird. You got to find it, but it has her as the main character and it's really good.
I gotta start something.
It's supposed to have a season 2. I just don't know when.
I might start Umbrella Academy.
You've not
Ew.
watched any Umbrella Academy?
Still
He
have-
won't. He refuses.
Dude, the first season is fantastic.
Well, I just finished Death Note again.
Second season is pretty good, but I mean, first season watch through first time was absolutely epic.
Well, season 3's been confirmed.
Yeah, Netflix confirmed it earlier last week.
I wasn't gonna watch Game of Thrones, and then I watched all of it before the last season came out. Like I caught up on all of it in like a few weeks, and then I was like,
Supernatural, except it took
I was
a
like,
year.
okay, this show's great. I'm like, I really like this show, and then like I watched season 8, and I still liked it. Like I still fight people on the fact that actually it was really well done, even though it was kind of rushed.
Which
And,
show?
Game of Thrones.
Oh yeah. Well, it went super downhill for like the last 2 or 3 seasons, but it was still really good.
Yeah.
Like it fell below its own bar, but it was still above most other bars.
But I didn't want to get into a hype of something, and then I got into the hype of that, because I'm already in a lot of hypes. Like I was in the Marvel hype, because now like Marvel's dead in my opinion, but I was in the Marvel hype, and then I was in the Star Wars hype.
Dead to me.
And which also, I don't know if you saw it, but they've confirmed I don't know if it was real or not, but Ryan Reynolds, Tobey Maguire, and Andrew Garfield are on the cast list for the next Doctor Strange movie.
That is real. That's confirmed.
Ryan Reynolds?
Deadpool, because he's a part of the MCU now. He's signed with Marvel officially, because Fox is owned by Marvel anyways, but or Disney, I mean. But yeah. So that means we're actually gonna have him with Tobey. I'm just happy that he's with Tobey Maguire. Like that's gonna.
Why are they doing that?
It better. It better be Tobey Maguire's Spider-Man.
It is. He is gonna be Spider-Man. I just want him to like go up to him and be like, actually, in the scene that the 3 Spider-Men are together, it better be him that walks in and go.
Wait, is that what they're doing? Damn it, I wanted a whole movie that was live action.
I don't understand
the next one's
why
probably
they
gonna
don't
be that.
make that.
The next, well,
I
they're
don't
probably
understand
gonna
why they're making this into a Doctor Strange movie.
Because
Makes no
Doctor
sense.
Strange has access to the multiverse.
I was about to say because it's Doctor Strange that can excuse it
Yeah.
away, but still
I
make
guess that
it a
makes sense, yeah.
Spider-Verse movie.
Well, the next Spider-Man movie, I think they did say. I mean, they unconfirmed it, but they didn't say that it was false. They just true. They just said that the next one might be that. So with him opening up the multiverse, it might lead into them coming into a movie with him next. I just want the scene of all 3 of them pointing at each other, like in the comic book.
No, but it's that, and then it kind of pans away to the camera views, and it's Deadpool sitting there.
Then the suspense is killing me. he goes, Toby's the real one, and just walks away.
No, it would be more of, you're all beautiful to me.
He just comes out and he starts hugging them all, going, Dad?
But I can absolutely see like Deadpool standing off to the side. They're doing the thing.
He goes, I feel like I've seen this meme. Or he just turns around and goes, I'm touching myself tonight.
It is going to be interesting to see at least like a PG-13 Deadpool in a movie like that.
There's gonna be a lot of clean, dirty jokes.
Yeah.
Like
he could just say language like Cap.
It's gonna be Ron Stoppable's Deadpool all over again.
I liked his Deadpool.
I did too.
Because I like Ron Stoppable. I did not realize that voice actor is Terry McGinnis from Batman Beyond. He played
Beyond Batman Beyond.
Yeah, he also played in there was another show I watched. Oh, he was Lion-O in the new Thundercats.
Do you know what I realized literally last night while I was sitting on my phone in my truck at work?
What did you realize last night when you were sitting on your phone in your truck at work?
Who voices Nigel Thornberry?
Oh, who?
Nigel Thornberry does.
Tim Curry.
What? Really?
And as soon as I realized who it was, it made perfect sense. But it absolutely blew my mind.
That is actually kind of crazy, though.
I looked at Andrew because he was laughing about the Nigel Thornberry voices Nigel Thornberry. I just started losing it. Sorry.
Yeah, he's an
Like,
actual person.
Like eating for you.
Smashing.
smashing. Did you see that video I sent you?
I don't mean to alarm you, but I can't see out of my left eye.
Um,
Move your hand, Nigel.
who's Tim Curry?
Yeah.
Woman.
Wait, who voices the kid? I can't think of his name now. I just had it.
The kid that goes,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
no one.
Someone's got a voice.
That's someone's child making noises.
No,
no
it's
way.
always there are voice actors that specialize in that kind of thing. That specialize for like the Tasmanian Devil, Donnie, Animal. Like there are voice actors that just do.
Oh, we were talking about that. I was editing the LDST video, and Andrew, there was a part where Buck falls off the bridge, which is played by Nathan Fillion, who does Cade 6. And I got him to fall off, and he just yelled all the way down. Andrew goes, "Do you think they just sat Nathan Fillion down and asked him to like do his like worst scream ever?" And he just goes, "Ah!"
Yeah, it was the worst Halo scream I've ever heard. It was like,
because he was falling off the bridge.
but like longer. It's
Yeah.
like that wasn't even a scream.
And then there's times where I was like, "Cade, don't go to Europa." All right, I went up to him like, "Buck, don't go to Europa." And Andrew goes, "Why not?" I said, "Because you become an EXO." Which this is a great word transition. Good job, Dennis. Yes. So Destiny, right?
You guys transitioned into
You realize it would have been a decent transition until you pointed out that it was a great transition and patted yourself on the back.
I did that on purpose.
This
But
is the most professional, unprofessional podcast we've ever done.
Yeah.
And so are most of them.
But no, so we've last week we ended the podcast early because we were trying to do what we were trying to do, which we ended up doing, and it was pretty interesting. We had about like 20 of us, probably not that many, but sitting in
hey guys, servers are full.
Yeah. That was Andrew. He goes, people are saying they're having issues logging into Destiny. Hey, we're gonna end this podcast. Okay, bye guys, and then we ended it. That's how last week ended.
The most important part of last week's podcast is literally just the last minute. Just watch the last minute.
Yeah.
Where it's just us talking about something and doing our normal thing, and then Andrew's over there looking at the servers, and he goes, "Wow, people are already saying they can't get spots in the servers." And then we just go, "All right, well, that's the end of the podcast. We're jumping off."
I turned that into the ad. It was literally 30 seconds. And I think I said that too. I was like, "This sums up the podcast." It was like a 22-minute long podcast. In the last 30 seconds,
podcast too.
It was a weird podcast. We didn't talk about anything. Like, we
I
talked
wasn't
about
there for that
Destiny.
one, I don't think.
Yeah, you were not.
It was good to get on and play.
Yeah, it was a cool little thing. Like I said, we sat there with like 12 people and literally sat there and all sat in the same emote in a perfect line, losing our minds. Andrew was taking pictures of us, and then of course the next day was the big drop of Beyond Light, which I want to ask each of you individually what you think of Beyond Light so far. I know Jason hasn't played it as much as us probably, but
well, I mean, I got all the story and everything done day one with y'all, but
yes,
I did.
So we'll start with Andrew because he's up in my top. What did you think, Andrew, of Destiny Beyond Light DLC, other than the issues you had?
I would have liked it better if I could have played day one.
Hey, that was your fault. And you cannot push
my
that
computer.
on anyone else.
What I know that I know it's my power supply's problem because I put this new one in and I haven't noticed an issue other than the green screen, which is video card related. But I've already expected those.
Well, yeah, I mean, green screens are used in editing.
Pretty easy to use too. Keep color keys. What did you think of the story though? After you finally got to play it, what do you think of the DLC?
Good. The DLC in the whole is definitely the best Destiny 2 has had, like by far.
People are saying it's up there with Taken King DLC, which is the best that Destiny 1 had.
Well, I said best of Destiny 2. I didn't mention 1.
Yeah, it's up there. It's up there on my list too.
I'm saying like the past 4 years or 3 years, Beyond Light has been the best thing Destiny 2 has put out. The only thing that compares to it is Forsaken, and I'm having a hard time choosing between Forsaken and this one because they both have like their own. You just started playing this one. You play Forsaken.
You played through it though.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't play it at launch though. It's different.
Well, the other thing is I didn't really get to experience Forsaken proper.
Yeah.
Like I got
Yeah.
all the table scraps from it at the end of its life.
The
Launch was the best time to play that DLC. It
all
died quick.
DLCs are great.
Well,
at launch.
launch is always the best time to play the DLCs because a few months later they start changing the content, they start adding other things in, taking things away, and shifting them around.
Another
So you'll
season.
never experience them the way
one-
they were.
That one was like the pinnacle point of Destiny 2. Like they decided they wanted to go in a whole new direction. And that's when they started adding like the triumphs and the different kind of missions you would go into.
Yeah.
And it was just, it felt like a different game. But compared to Beyond Light just feels like a completely new game.
The big thing
Instead
I'm
of
hearing
just
a
the
lot
DLC.
is people are having the same issue of deciding which is their favorite. There's a lot less weapons because they sunsetted a lot and they added just a little bit. But they're saying the fact that, the people that fight for Aramis are very much like the Fanatics, people like the Trickster and all of them. But they weren't very driven. They were just driven by the fact that they were like just gross looking. That's the only that's the only story people have from it. And this one, each character, you feel their story. You feel their reason for fighting for Aramis is because they're trying to get back at the machine and this stuff. And that's why they go, okay, Forsaken started this and this feels like Forsaken, but this has actual story compared to Forsaken. I don't have to read through a wiki page like I did for Forsaken.
Yeah.
And for Forsaken was the one that brought in the nightmares, right?
Yeah,
Where
No, that
was
was
Shadowkeep.
Shadowkeep.
It was Shadowkeep. Oh, okay, yeah. Shadowkeep was the one that was just a reference to all the other DLCs
I like Shadowkeep because
and their bad guys.
It was good on its own, but
You just
it
like
it
the
didn't
moon.
feel like Destiny 2.
It was good side quest stuff. Like it was good
It would have been a good season.
add-ons.
I prefer the Osiris story when they had that expansion over Shadowkeep
The
story.
Osiris story was good.
Yeah, you just don't like the Infinite Forest. Don't make that face to me.
I like the Infinite Forest. I killed myself in there a lot.
No, he just doesn't like warlocks.
No, I just don't like
Anytime-
Osiris.
Yeah,
And I
'cause
did
he's
You're
like
a
gonna
warlock.
see him this week.
And I did
You're gonna
like
see him
that.
tomorrow.
I did like that DLC because I liked the Segura shell and I liked the whole fact that the ghost was taken over by freaking Vanessa from Deadpool. Like it was a good, like, to me, I liked Osiris. It just and
it was-
fighting Oryx again, but as a Vex was weird.
It was a good change up to not have to listen to Nolan Bot. Like have.
And it showed you Osiris, which that was pretty neat. I mean, I remember sitting there taking screenshots like nonstop. It was such beautiful scenery on Xbox.
If only it had a pyramid.
But so, Jason, what do you think of it? I know you've mentioned some stuff here and there with Andrews, but
No, I like it. It's good. I like the new powers, and I like the way they were introduced, where you kind of get them in spurts, but when you get them in full.
yeah,
Like you have just this absolute mayhem to reap with them. They did kind of like they pushed the story along a little too hard. Like they took some of the suspense. They took a lot of the suspense out of a couple of those fights, and they took
Yeah,
a
that's
little
kinda
too
what I
much
felt.
suspense out of a few other fights.
yeah.
But that's something that can be overlooked for just the pure chaotic joy of it.
Mhm.
Just like especially the warlock, just boom, boom.
Yeah. That's another thing I hear a lot of people saying is that, like, this is the first time in since Destiny 1 that they feel like a child going into anything with stasis and freezing people and just giggling behind their microphone. Like everyone that's all I hear everyone saying is they're just laughing the whole time they use stasis, especially in Crucible when you freeze someone in midair in a Titan
it's
smash
amazing.
and they just start dying from laughter because it's great.
Or when your teammate freezes the entire team and you take out the entire team with one burst of vigilance wing.
Yes.
Just I killed one dude and he just exploded and took out the rest.
And I do
Okay.
like, and I don't think I've seen this mechanic in Destiny before, or I've just completely missed it because of how I came in. But like with the warlock,
It's a good question for me.
super, where you've got like the combo of it, where you're freezing everything and then burst, freeze and
That's
burst.
definitely a stasis thing.
Yeah, like I don't think I've seen anything where they combo like that. Like
Which one?
the Dawn Blade just has its primary throw, and then
Well,
it's little
nothing,
strikes.
no super has a secondary.
Yeah.
Really.
So it's really
Except for the
cool to see
Titan.
like a 2-stage super. What does Titan have?
Right, the
Oh.
Titan has the shield, like the bubble shield.
You can throw the shield, but you can also block with it, and it gives you this big block that if people walk through, they die as well. But
It's the only one I can think of.
yeah, and the hunter, his has been
But see,
more
that's
DPS.
that's just like an alternate form rather than a combo.
True, yeah. I do like the Warlocks thing for ads, but not for PvP. Like when I was playing my Warlock, I switched back to Dawnblade actually because I was like I do better with Dawnblade, and like I
It'd
know
be
it's
better in control.
Yeah,
I
that's what
am
Mostly glory.
I am a
Survival.
little disappointed that now I can't run stasis and run my boots. My big flame boots.
It's
My
fine.
legendary not legendary
Exotic.
You're gonna want to use those Necro Grasps when you get them because I think it works this way. If you throw the ice thing that you throw for the Warlock melee at someone, it also does the combustion damage and blows up with the Necro, like the Cursed Thrall effect that you get from those gauntlets. When I get those, I'm using them because I've been using my Warlock a lot. Actually, my Warlock is my highest. It's 1230 right now, and yeah.
You're gonna main a warlock. We're just gonna have a team full of warlocks.
No, I'm going back.
I'm a
My
Titan
hunter,
still.
my hunter's 1225 right now, and I haven't done anything on him for the weeklies. So, yeah, my Titan's next week.
Yeah, you know what we should do today?
We're playing Destiny after this.
Or about to say either tonight or tomorrow. We can make it part of the filming. I need a power level. Like I need to catch up to you guys a little bit so that the few times that I do have to be on, I can keep up.
Yeah. Especially when we
I
start
both love
rating.
and hate your wall. I really do.
What?
You, Dennis, your wall.
Oh.
Like every other time I look at your camera, your wall messes with my brain, and I'm pretty sure it just stretches all the way across rather than angle there at the door.
Yeah, I see what you're talking
it's
about.
it's like an illusion.
Because of the lighting in here.
It's an optical illusion because of the lighting and the color and just the way everything is framed. But it gets me almost every time I look back up at your camera. I go, wow, when did you think? Oh no, it's like my brain goes, that's not where the door should be.
It's because that
It's like,
corner,
oh, no, that's not where the wall should be.
that little corner that is at the edge is literally like less than an inch. I don't know how he managed to make that work. That's Ivan, so dumb stuff happens with him. So Kevin,
You know
you're the last
Yeah,
one.
To make that work
What?
by completely ignoring the building code.
That works too. But, so Kevin, I know you've spent a lot more time than probably both of us, or the two of us, at least Andrew and I. What do you think of Forsaken or Beyond Light?
Forsaken.
Yeah. No, what do you think of Forsaken? Huh? Well, how was it as a DLC?
How was it 2 years ago? I don't know.
It's like so far, like it's definitely one of the better Destiny 2 DLCs to come out.
Are we talking about Forsaken or Beyond Light?
For you to decide. No, Beyond
Like
Light.
a political answer. Are you running for president?
Like, the stasis stuff is really cool. Like I haven't gotten it all yet, but I'm working on it.
The last grenade's amazing. Oh.
Yeah.
I haven't gotten any of the extras.
It tracks them on the ground and if they unfreeze, it goes back to them and refreezes them again in PvP. It's so great.
Yeah, it's nutty. I can't wait to get to the point where I can attempt those lost sectors.
Same.
The super hard ones.
That
So,
makes invasion and gambits is so much better.
Like I want to be able to solo those and just get the exotics because I want to get the Titan exotic. Where if I use my barricade, I just get ice armor instead.
The Master Lost Sector is to 1280.
Yeah,
some of
that's
them
the
are
hardest
12,
one.
1250.
And people have done them already. Like
the soft cap is 12, the hard cap is 1250, and the Lost Sector is now 1280.
Yep.
That's how it works.
Jeez.
I mean, you can go above 1250 with the light cap, the power bonus you get. Like when I hit 1250, I'll be 1280.
No, the highest person right now is at 16 or 1265 or something like that. At least that's what I saw a couple days ago.
You know who it is?
I thought it.
I have no idea who it is.
It's Rick Kakis.
Is it?
It is, yeah, because I've been watching his videos on how to power bonus faster.
It's just like, that's a lot to get to. It's a lot of Destiny. But he gets paid to do it, so it makes sense.
I have a pro tip. Don't go against him and his team in Crucible.
He played him in Iron Banner.
Wait, did you?
I did. I actually came across him in Iron Banner. he completely destroyed us.
I love that you tweeted the wrong picture.
I thought he like Photoshop thing.
And he commented. He goes, I don't know where I'm at, bud.
Dude, I was freaking out, dude.
He posted the wrong. He took two pictures, I guess, and one was from a previous game,
Yeah.
and he posted that one without Rick Kekis on the roster. Roster goes, I wasn't there, bud. By the way, Jason, did you? I don't know if you remember, but did you masterwork your ghost and put a plus whatever power bonus, XP bonus on it?
No, I did not.
That's probably why. That is part of the reason I think I was the highest level every time we played was because I did that almost instantly, and I had a plus 12% power bonus on my character.
I have a
boost.
Crucible one and a normal one.
Yes, it's fantastic to have, but yeah, I think Beyond Light, like I said, it's very close to taking King, especially if you by this point we've all played it, so I'll say it. When she gets frozen like she does at the end of it, it feels like that moment that Oryx literally stabbed himself in the chest, and like, did he freeze too? No, he did just implode and turn into a giant one for the raid. I think she's gonna be the raid boss.
Oh, definitely.
Full of darkness, and the raid armor for all three characters is probably the best raid armor in my opinion. Like,
I still haven't actually seen it.
It's under the end game. It's called the Legacy armor, and it looks awesome in the standard color. It has like that moon fang effect to it, but it also has like holograms on it. But it's not like too flashy. It's like really nice, really well
Raids
done.
are my favorite thing to do, so expect me to have that when people figure out the raid.
Oh, I'm trying.
We're going world first
for people to figure it out.
Yeah, we're going world first.
Figure it out, Mr. Min-Maxer.
I've been looking up a lot.
These newer raids really aren't easy to figure out.
Yeah, but that gives us more of a chance.
You can't do it.
This weekend's when it comes out.
Dude.
It comes out this weekend, and I'm trying for 24 hours if I have to get that raid done. I will pull from a spool of people if people get off or go to bed.
We need the mentality of we need that raid belt.
So I guess you won't do it with me then.
I am going for a raid belt 1 year. If we have to wait until you can start playing games full time, we will wait till then. Actually, I'd love for us to all eventually go for a raid belt, which means we'd all have to get really good at Destiny. But
it's just that when World's First gets a raid belt,
and you get the exotic drop. All your teammates get the exotic for that raid guaranteed.
Well, that's first day of completion. Anyone who completes the first day gets it.
First day. Oh, I was watching Crown of Sorrow raid. How Dado and his team got debated because they thought they got World's First and they didn't.
Oh yeah, because they all got the exotic.
Yeah, and they did it like within 12 seconds of the other team that got World's First.
Yeah.
That messed up Spire Stars. I've been watching a lot of World First races lately. What's his name? Evan F 1995. Yep. He's pretty good. But he'll show you the World's First runs for every raid, discuss things. He even says the same thing. Crown of Sorrow was his favorite raid mechanic, except for the first encounter. But yeah.
Still waiting I can't wait for Vault of Glass.
That's all I'm waiting for.
Like, I will literally just grind that raid constantly just because of how fun it is.
I hope they do change it a little bit.
Why would you?
Sure, they will.
Out of glass.
It's pretty.
I know,
it's
right?
Pretty strong glass. I doubt it's gonna be Atheon though, because from what I saw, so I don't know if you've done the raid playlist yet, but
no.
The raid that Omnigo used to be on is set up exactly the same way, but it's a different boss. Her name's like
You mean Strike?
Strike, yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, what raid playlist? What?
Sorry, Omnigul. The Strike playlist.
Yeah, I know what you mean now, though.
They changed Omnigul, and I'm like, who's this? Huh?
I would love to have a raid playlist.
That'd be awesome.
Kind of cool. They are talking about, so they are going to eventually one day bring back the old raids again.
Well, that's what they're doing year by year.
No, I'm talking about like the ones that just got sunsetted from Leviathan. They're going to repair.
That's what they're talking about. They're doing them year by year.
Yeah, they've just gone into the Destiny vault.
They're repairing them though to make them actually like much more functional.
Yeah, you would have to change them up and whatnot.
They need to change Leviathan a lot. Like the regular standard Leviathan.
Yeah.
Nobody wants to do that for anything anymore.
No.
Well, now you
I
can't.
thought Leviathan was fun.
It was all right.
It is, but like when you run it almost 100 times,
I loved the amount of space you had to explore and mess with. Like when you could go into the
Underbelly.
The underbelly.
ship and
Yeah.
like
good
that
raid.
was immense.
But I want Destiny 1 raids to come back more. I want Crota at least because we do have the Hellmouth on the moon.
I want Taken King.
That's that. I don't
Actually,
think that
no.
one's
I
gonna
want
come
Wrath.
back.
I want Wrath of the Machine. Give me that. I'd
Wrath
love
could
that
come back
raid
because the
more than anything.
Cosmodrome's back.
Guess who's
That
back?
was honestly my favorite raid out of D1.
Taken King I ran so much more than I like Crota more, but I ran Taken King more than Crota too. Crota's armor set is like my favorite, especially when they reornamented it for year 4. Oh.
I think another reason I like Wrath of the Machine. Wrath of the Machine was the first raid I did like day 1, I believe, and I actually beat it with a group of people on LFG.
What's up, Jason?
Took us a while, but like
you've been making a face. Was it my stutter? Right, literally turned into a broken record trying to figure out how to say decoration. Or universal ornament.
Who are you talking to?
Jason.
I heard the word Cosmodrome, and my brain made it Cosmodome, and it was just. And then my brain played out this whole thing where Doug Dimmadome sold the Dimsdale Dimmadome to Cosmo, and now it's the Cosmodome. Look, I've got ADHD, okay?
No, I get it. That happens to me sometimes too. That was just great though.
Like me.
I'm Doug Dimmadome, no longer owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome.
Doug Dimmadome, previous owner of the Dimsdale Dimmadome?
Now known
That's
as
right.
Cosmo Dimmadome. Or Cosmodome. I just the look on Dennis's face now is he's just trying to track where all that went. Like Cosmodrome, Cosmodome, Doug Dimmadome, Cosmodome. It was like the thought got sucked into a fan and then spun into a circle repeatedly.
Finger.
Yeah.
Wouldn't have gotten stuck
I was
into my
gonna
fan.
I was gonna say I know how to snap him out of it. All I have to say is Dennis, and he'll snap out of it.
You said that yesterday in Phasmo, and I was like, did he just say Dennis really loud? I was like, what?
I still got to show you guys my footage, by the way. I never showed you what happened. Yeah.
The clip of you just appearing on my screen was the scariest thing in the world. Jason, if you haven't watched that clip, you'll watch that after this. Because Andrew broke the game and teleported to the truck. And I was walking out of the truck and he appears in front of me just yelling at me. And I go, oh my God!
I was in VR too. Yeah, I was in VR, so I glitched through a wall.
They added a new ghost model, by the way, and she looks like a giant little child crawling on the ground in pajamas, and then she stands straight up and looks at you, and then gets back down and crawls.
Just
terrifying. It is the grudge girl. But yeah. So I think we've talked a lot. I do know I want to grind before I go to bed, and I know Jason wants to grind. Get him power level a bunch.
Yet,
Not.
One more thing.
Uh-oh.
What?
Last gens came out last week. Or new gens. New generations. The last gens. No, last generations got destroyed last week.
No, I still got mine on my desk. It's turned on. Okay.
I still have mine by my TV. I heard it.
Yeah, the launch is actually went smoother than the pre-orders.
Mm-hmm.
You've been playing Miles.
It went pretty good.
Yeah, you opened that live on stream. You got that the same time as your power supply came in.
Yeah. This box is freaking huge.
PlayStation is freaking huge.
Yeah.
It's
It's
literally almost
tall,
as long as
dude.
my TV.
People
So wait,
have dressed
wait.
them up like Yu-Gi-Oh characters.
That's amazing.
Who's already bought the new gens?
Andrew.
Me,
Andrew,
Just Andrew.
I got that.
I don't need a console.
I got it for this. I literally got it for this. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
Obviously. That's the only
All-
thing good about like PlayStation. They have all the exclusives.
I'll buy them when we start really doing filming and stuff, and
We
like,
don't.
we have reason.
Yeah.
We won't.
Optimism, ambition.
I can
get you
guarantee we
some.
won't. Okay,
You can
well, we won't
buy
have a
all of
reason to
these
buy an
things, but you
Xbox.
can't afford some ambition.
He is partially right. We won't have a reason to buy an Xbox because we can play it on PC and it probably runs better on this too.
Just buy a graphics card the same price.
Also,
As expensive as they're getting. Like,
by the time we
new ones
are at
come
that
out.
point, I'll probably end up buying everyone a PlayStation again because I'll probably keep
'Cause
trading
you'll-
it in.
What's gonna happen is you're gonna buy yourself one, and then you're gonna decide you don't need it right now. You shouldn't be having it, but spending too much time on it, and then you're gonna give it to somebody, and then like a month later, you're gonna buy another one.
Yeah, this time though, I think I'm gonna give it to Kevin
Just-
first because
make sure it gets stolen.
you guys got it. No, Kevin, don't get it. Don't make sure it's not stolen.
What?
Don't. Make
I'm
sure
buying
it's
you a
not
PlayStation
stolen. You
5 at
heard
some
him.
point.
If I don't already have one by then.
Yeah.
I already told Dennis once I'm done with Miles and the remastered Spider-Man, I'm just gonna let him use it.
So I can record it for my channel
Well,
since Spider-Man's
I'm
started
definitely-
mine.
I'm definitely gonna need one for whenever God of War
Don't break it.
comes out again, like the second
I
one.
still got to play the first
I need it
one,
too.
which
Yeah.
they are upgrading to the PS5 version, like for
Such
free
a-
owners. Like people who own it, you can upgrade for free. It goes to like from 60 frames, or no, it was in 30. It's going to 60 with a like 1440p resolution
I
instead of
don't-
1080.
I don't need
If
a PlayStation 4 again. I'm just gonna buy a 5 at that
if
point.
they set the new Xbox up so that it's formatted where it can functionally be run by keyboard and mouse, and you can play properly by keyboard and mouse.
You can already do that. You can plug a keyboard and mouse in your Xbox and play that way.
One you
Some
have
games
right
have
now.
Well,
the
Yeah,
nice
but
ability.
it's some games, and not all the Xbox versions have that ability.
True.
But like, if they just standardized that, would you keep the console and just keep running the console instead of constantly trying to upgrade your computer to keep up with demands?
No, I just upgrade the computer.
Yeah.
Because
You do
there's
so much
there's
more on a computer.
so many more games on computer as well. Like I'm pretty much blocked off on consoles, whereas PC I can get anything, even emulators to play the old games. Like,
There's so much on PC that like even when an upgrade comes out, you don't need that upgrade right away. You can run everything still just fine.
the 580s we have, Jason, literally can run the new COD on one step like ultra, but with like one setting change, which is great.
The cards you guys have are probably going to be outdated within the next year or two.
But they'll still be
Yeah.
good within the next year or two. Like you can still run
They're-
games on a decent setting.
I'm planning
Yeah,
on
but
I'm planning on
I'm-
putting aside money and building a new tower around a 3090.
I guess
I
you're gonna be
want
the
one.
new editor because that is literally an editing graphics card. It's beautiful. You can do visual effects like
I
in
just-
Blender without having to worry about it rendering without seeing what you did.
I bought this computer, and like I tried to get enough without blowing my budget cap, but like the next one I buy, I want to future proof the thing. Like I want to have at least 3 or so years before I have to worry about.
future proof.
You can build a computer
No,
tomorrow
well-
that will last you 10 years.
Oh yeah.
Future proofing
like 20.
future proofing isn't a matter of never going outdated. It's a matter of lasting as long as possible.
Yeah.
Like we're talking about the wire, the Cat 6 that runs my ether is still just dangling through the middle of the living room, coming around to the hallway where it comes around into my pass through vent. But when we're talking about redoing that, like we're talking about dropping Cat 7. Just because like there's no need for Cat 7, but we might as well drop Cat 7 so we don't have to worry about it later.
I didn't even know Cat 7 was a thing.
Yeah, kind of, sort of now. Again, there's no reason for it. Like it's not a thing, but it's a thing. I think it's a thing. Now I'm questioning my brain.
Before he finds out it's not a thing.
Just looked at my other computer screen. I think if we ever end up making like some kind of trailer for this channel, when Kevin has a webcam, we should try to make like the Brady Bunch. This looks like the Brady Bunch.
We are the Brady Bunch.
This is a holiday special.
All right, Andrew. What are you trying to show us with this controller?
Yeah, I will say, this is the best controller for any console I've ever owned. Like the triggers, since they added the adaptive triggers, I know I'm not really gonna spoil it for you, Dennis, but like when you start up Miles, you're on a train.
I've seen it. I've watched
it's like the loading screen. Yeah, you've watched the first couple of minutes.
Watched Jacksepticeye for an hour.
When you're on the train, you feel like the pulsing of the train going left to right on the train tracks. It's so nice. And when you swing, you hold down the trigger. It won't let you fully push down the trigger until you're completely moving forward.
Yeah, when there's momentum.
So like mid swing, your trigger just stops.
Yeah, when you use the Venom
nice.
Punch, when you use Venom Punch and stuff like that, I heard it really does well in that too.
That punch really makes Miles who he is.
The fight with the Rhino at the beginning is when everyone's saying that they feel the controller's power, and I saw Jacksepticeye's eyes just go.
Yeah, I'm about halfway done with 100%ing the game. It's definitely, if Cyberpunk doesn't beat it, it's definitely game of the year.
Yeah,
it's definitely between those two.
That sounds really cool that they're finally adding like weight, like that feeling of a weighted resisted punch and motion to the controllers.
They're trying to give you the full environmental feel.
I think
because I got tired of everything just rumbling every time something happened, like for no reason. It just vibrates as everything happens. You're like, just stop! I'm trying to do things.
That's why, like, when I was in Discord and I said I was going to go play Miles the one night, I said I played like 2 minutes and I fell in love with the controller. The train is what I was talking about, because you can just feel it going left to the right, and it's weird.
Yeah,
it's really.
The other thing I liked about the new PlayStation controllers is they went from this, which you could just tell is small and thin, to being like the Xbox controller, which is meaty and you can feel it. Like you actually feel like you're holding something. Because this is weightless.
For the first time in PlayStation history, they legitimately changed their controller design.
Yeah.
Like they redesigned their controller rather than just adding a pad in the middle.
Yeah, you can see it. I mean,
like the play.
It's not much of a difference on here, but
no,
I can see it.
Definitely.
Look how much smaller that is, though, in size.
Well, it's angularly different too. Not by much, but by enough. Like it just curves out in certain directions in certain spots in just the right minute angle to completely change how it looks and feels.
Yeah.
I do like the weight they added on it too, compared to the 4. It's like the perfect balance. It might be heavier than the Xbox, actually.
Hold up the new one, the 5.
Andrew, I think that's why we like the Switch controllers we bought, because I bought this Switch controller one time, and this is like very much close to an Xbox controller.
It's heavier than that.
And I know, but I'm saying this is heavier than the PlayStation controller I have on my desk. Like this we felt a difference in playing the Switch with this controller, and like I think controllers are very important. Like it's hard to find a controller that you're happy with.
Yeah,
like the Xbox ones. It's very close.
You see
right
the way
there,
they rounded everything off. They kept, and I always liked the legs that PlayStation controllers had, where it has that backwards curve, much harsher than everything else. It feels a lot more ergonomic. But hold up the 4 again.
Yeah, 4 is round.
Yeah. 4 is literally like you look at the shape of everything, you look at the shape of the keypads and all. It's literally just a PlayStation 1 controller
with a touch.
So like they took the PlayStation 1 controller and then they painted it black for the PlayStation 2. And then they made it a little bit bigger for the PlayStation 3. And then they added the keypad in the middle for the PlayStation 4, but they never really changed the shape or design of the controller.
Yeah, when we did our second podcast, which was PlayStation versus Xbox,
circles.
That was my argument was that for once, PlayStation finally changed their controller, and
Yeah.
It was
first
never a good
one doesn't
ergonomic
have-
controller.
First one, it doesn't have colors. Like all these buttons are clear.
yeah, but the
They're-
Xbox ones are like that too. They just
Here.
put the colors in the center and put a dot above.
Yeah, that's how this one is because it's customized. But like
Yeah.
you see the dots.
Yeah, that's how they did most of the Xbox controllers after that, though, because hard to find a standard one. I'm pretty sure that you go to anyone's house and the black controller they bought or the white one they bought with their console is like somewhere in the trash. Because like that's the thing that Xbox always did really well was custom controllers. PlayStation did custom controllers, but they were like just a color. Like,
Yeah, I will say like I wish this console was black, but I mean, just looking at the white and seeing it on my desk for a couple of days, it's kind of nice.
who has the
wish I could set it up.
Spartan? Who has the Halo controller? I had the Spartan lock one. I had. I think it was.
I
The
used
one
to
that
have
came
one
from
of
me?
those.
Yeah,
No,
that
you-
came from
I have a no,
I
no,
never
no,
owned that.
not the Master Chief one. I had one that was Spartan lock.
I never
I
got
don't
one.
know.
Oh. No, it was the Arctic white one. That's what it was.
That's the one you wanted.
That's the one I used to have.
Or no, you wanted the Phantom.
I want the clear one. Still.
You want this one, but in white.
You know what I wish consoles would start doing again, like properly, like they used to do in the 360s.
What's that?
The console's made for like the Halo 3 console and the Halo 5 console,
Yeah.
or those things are cool.
The Halo 5
I had the
or 4 console.
There's
was
a Halo
awesome.
4. Yeah, that's the one I had, and I had the controller, and that thing was just amazing. I loved it.
It made noise too, like the Halo 4
Mhm.
logo. Oh, so cool. That's why Taco Bell makes Xboxes, because they make the dong noise when you turn them on.
Dong.
Dong.
But all right.
Oh my-
Dong.
I put a 75-meter radius for resources on it. It is nutty.
Dude, I have a big yeah, I have one on mine too.
Overall, though, like I don't know what I said as a favorite console back when we did that podcast.
You said
What
PlayStation.
did I?
Yes, I was all about the Xbox. I was fighting you on the fact that Xbox was better.
Yeah.
Nintendo Switch.
I mean,
is it on the console?
hardware wise, it does perform better than the PlayStation.
That's what I'm going to
Okay.
argue about is performance.
Yeah, I do have to say, out of all the consoles, like if I had to pick a console or a console company that I wanted to continue and let the other ones die, it would always be Nintendo.
Just Zelda and Mario and Pokemon.
Well, because they're just
You can
that
bring
much more
games
fun.
on the go.
Yeah, well, they've always had the on the go stuff way ahead of everybody else.
Yeah, but I mean, like the Switch though was the ability to bring console style games with you.
Yeah,
But yeah,
It's amazing.
like playing Breath of the Wild, like out in the open, is like it's awesome
Breathtaking.
because, like,
get it?
it's
Get
that's
it?
a crazy
Breath of the
game.
Wild, taking it.
Yeah,
with
yeah,
you.
I got what you. I
Breathtaking.
wasn't acknowledging it because like you didn't deserve it.
Savage.
Jeez.
No,
This destroyed his whole career.
Good thing. It's a good thing I'm wearing Santa's coat because that burn would have hurt.
The burn came from Minnesota.
Straight to
North
Florida.
Pole.
Oh,
Yeah,
that
we're-
makes it a
we're all-
freezer burn.
It was a
we're
heat
cold
wave.
up here,
It was
Can't
freezer
wait to
burn.
get back to the cold.
but it's just amazing. Put that much power into something that small is
Yeah.
crazy.
Well, and the other thing is, as far as game creation goes,
Dennis.
like they do have better built games, more fun games because they're still
Oh,
games. Like they
Right.
still feel and look like games rather than
Yeah,
everybody getting wrapped up in these super
They're-
cinematics and like
They're-
everything I can get off of the other two consoles, I can keep on the PC.
Like,
I-
okay, they're less of a business than Xbox and Sony are, where they're like, we need to stick to this formula and this formula only.
Yeah.
Like Nintendo is just like, we just think this is really cool and fun. Here you go.
And that's the Japanese take on technology in general, which is why they're miles ahead of so many people. Is because they're just like, well, why would you keep doing the same thing? We have new things to do. Like
Exactly.
keep producing those things for the people that want them, but innovate. We've got stuff to play with. I'm building a robot in my garage.
I'm not sure if they have actually confirmed it, but I know there's been plenty of leaks of rumors about a new Switch with a better resolution and better
Possible.
grips.
A next gen Switch. That's
Yeah.
I do think they've pretty much topped out in like the console creation. Like I can't imagine what they would do next from the Switch. Like
Yeah.
when we got the Wii and we got like the next
Wii.
generations of Game Boys, and eventually Game Boy just became the DS instead of the Game Boy DS.
Well,
And you're
3DS.
like you could always imagine the next step, like what was going to come, what you could do to change it. And now you've got the Switch, and I look at it and go, no, that's it. This is the thing. Like,
This is what you need to stick with.
we've reached the apex. It's there. I don't know.
Like, I
Like
think
until they start making it see through, and like,
like the old like
Game Boy Advance.
Game Boys and stuff.
well, no, that too. Yes, I am all for opaque Switch controllers. I am.
Let me
so
see the
down.
insides.
I like
I
opaque
want to see
Xbox controllers.
No, because like
Oh, he has a
clear Xbox controllers are just clear controllers. Like there was something about Nintendo's opaque
Like
systems and controllers that was just utterly unique. It
it was
shared
like
some
solid
similarities
but
with
not solid. Like it was nice.
it shared some similarity with those weird Macs that all the schools had.
Oh yeah, the blue ones.
The pink one.
The blue, green, pink, like pastel.
The Macintosh.
Bald
I always had to
Macs.
use the freaking pink one because everyone took the blue one.
I always use the blue one.
Oh, boo hoo.
Dude, the pink one just means you're special.
Real men work
Yeah.
pink.
What kind of
Band-Aids.
special?
Stuck on Bandit, prank at the Bandit, stick to me.
Are you stuck?
I mean, in my opinion, I see like
My baloney has a first name.
PC is more in the professional game. Xbox is more accessibility, so like bringing their platform to everyone, everywhere. Because now you can bring console games on your phone anywhere you want.
As long as you have a good enough internet.
Yeah.
Sony is like just hanging on.
Sony
the edge of
is
everything.
like let's just make the greatest story we can and make it exclusive so people buy our consoles for it.
That's pretty much
Let's
what they
make
did.
interactive movies.
But if they
Last
didn't
of Us
have
2.
that exclusiveness, like you notice the other
Stranding.
two companies have gotten to a point where they don't have to keep anything exclusive. They can branch it out to wherever they want to put it.
That's why
Nintendo,
Bethesda isn't making Elder Scrolls just for Xbox. They're going to make it for all the consoles.
But Microsoft gets most of the money.
because Xbox and Microsoft is at a point where it doesn't need the exclusive to hold on to that. That's an outdated business measure for them. And it ends up costing them more to try and hold on to the exclusives than it would ever be worth.
That's always been my argument, is the fact that Xbox has always been willing to do cross anything. Like they want to do a cross system with PlayStation where you can actually talk to your friends on PlayStation, but PlayStation always turns it down because they know that if they do that, no one's going to buy the PlayStation anymore.
Yeah. They are holding on to the edges and trying to figure out what they can do to solidify and stay running. Like it's not that they're bad consoles, it's not that they're bad games. It's just that as everything's kind of petered up to the top of the pyramid and the evolution of all the gaming has come to a certain point, somebody's going to get knocked out at some point.
Yeah.
Like we've watched all of them fall off over time. Sega, Atari, and the half a dozen other ones that nobody remembers the names of. But that's just how it goes. As it builds up, others fall off until you're left with one or two things, and eventually one thing.
Atari's coming back with a new one soon, though.
They've already it's already released.
Oh, that's right. It came out like
They
this
released
month.
it. It has like it's the old Atari feel, and it has like a bunch of preloaded games. But what's cool about it is the fact that it can run a PC build on it. It can run your PC on it. Like you can run Windows on an Atari console.
Yeah. all Atari
No
did
sense.
all Atari did was build a really good gaming computer and sold it to you as a new console.
Hey, that's all they
I'd
had
buy
to
it,
do.
though. I'm not even gonna lie. I might actually still get one
The look of
just
it's
to
cool.
have it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it has like a wood panel on the front. I'm sure it's like it's not wood, but
I heard Sega is like coming out with something soon. But of course, that's owned by Nintendo.
Yeah. Sega's owned by Nintendo now.
I wonder if that'd be cool if like I think Nintendo would actually do really well if they decided to make like a cheaper console maybe that was actually made by Sega, because you could have
the Sega swap.
Sega swap. You have like Mortal Kombat on it only because that's technically Sega's only game they had back in the day other than Sonic and Contra. They had Contra as well.
No, I love
Sega
Echo.
had a lot.
Okay, I would love to
Echo
see
the
an Echo
Dolphin?
remake. That would be fantastic.
Did you say Echo the Dolphin?
That's
Echo
the
the
game.
Dolphin. Have you never played Echo?
No, I
Yeah,
played Mortal
what?
Kombat.
Dude,
Oh.
I'm finding a Sega Genesis and we're going thrift shopping.
yeah,
If
That
we have
game was
time
badass.
between filming tomorrow, you and I are going thrift shopping because you have to play Echo.
I think
it
you
was
and I are
such a
too young,
great game.
What happened, Andrew?
You and I are too young.
No, I had my Sega Genesis was my first console, but all we had was like football games, baseball games, Mortal Kombat, and Sonic and Contra. That's all I played as a kid. And I got
remember
PlayStation
Contra.
2, and then I played Jack and Dexter only, and because actually I didn't play it, my mom played it for me because I was too young to understand how to even do anything. So she played Jack and
Fair
Dexter,
enough.
and my dad played Jack and Dexter, and then I got good at it, played it, and then played X-Men games only, and then Sly Cooper games came out, and I was all about those.
What
So-
was the last Sega console? Because I think there was one that came out after the Genesis.
There was the Dreamcast, and then there was the Sega
Was it-
2.
There's a CD, wasn't it?
Yeah, there was the CD as well after the Dreamcast. They made a separate one.
I think I still have my.
Yeah,
Sega
that was
CD.
really what killed them.
Which is
Was-
actually, did you know that I learned this recently? Sony actually was initially going to be the ones that came out with Nintendo. Or no,
Oh, yeah.
sorry.
Well,
Nintendo
no,
owned
they
Sony
were,
at first, trying to make a CD
Well,
version
they,
of their
they worked
console.
together and everything.
And
Yeah.
then eventually Nintendo's like, hey, we don't want to do this anymore. We think it's a failed thing. And Sony's like, well, fine, we'll just come out with the PlayStation still, no matter what.
And you know what's great though?
It's now one of the bigger consoles.
With exception to the GameCube, Nintendo stuck to the cartridges, and
Yeah.
Nintendo is now way ahead of the pace.
Yeah, Nintendo's
It's
always
just cartridges
been...
are so easy to manufacture compared to a CD.
Also, try
like-
licking these right now. Have you licked one of these? I finally licked
Oh,
one.
they're horrible.
Finally, no, you don't get to pretend like you just now licked one. This is probably the 5th time you've decided to lick a damn Nintendo cartridge.
Andrew was at my house, and I pulled out... he had all his cartridges on my bed.
I'm really glad you didn't lick mine.
I go, wait a second. I have my first cartridge. I can lick my own. And I went to my Nintendo, pulled out Let's Go Pikachu, licked it, go, this is terrible, licked it again, go, still terrible, and then put it back in.
Why? Why would you lick it twice?
Because
You've done it. Don't
No,
question
no.
it.
you have to remember that this isn't just him licking it twice. That was the 4th and 5th time that he has licked a Nintendo cartridge just that I know of.
It's
Like-
not that great.
No, they're bad. They're horrible. I remember like hearing
Ah!
the rumor that they tasted horrible, and I'm like, it can't be.
They intentionally taste bad.
Yeah.
They-
This to stop kids from eating it.
It's not gonna taste like lemon.
Ah.
I actually wouldn't. Lick
you can
the
see
top
you
part.
can see his tongue twitching
Yeah.
from
They're so bad.
You're not gonna be able to play that anymore. I'm just gonna laugh.
No,
Say you're
that
gonna
was
record
what,
an episode.
that's
come
that's the
back, be like,
beautiful thing. That's the
played it.
beautiful thing about the cartridges.
I used to suck on my
Not
Nintendo
only do
DS
they hold-
cartridges.
Not only do they hold data better, they are so much more durable.
Oh yeah, you can't scratch a cartridge unless you like
This is the best way to think
really
about it.
try to scratch the inside.
This is the best way to
I'm
think about these
sorry, but
cartridges.
disc doctors don't work. I've tried.
This is the best way to think about these cartridges, is to think of them as USBs or as these. I have had these in my pockets when I cleaned my clothes before and pulled them out, and nothing was wrong with them. Don't do it. But
As long as you dry them out before you plug them in.
yeah, don't do it because you it's not going to guarantee it's going to work, but you have a better chance of it still working.
Yeah.
What really sucks
You
after
you
touching
run
a
a
Nintendo cartridge and you lick your hand, it's still there. Like the residue of
It's
your stuff.
worse.
Did you just lick your hand?
Yeah.
he licked his finger once, said it's worse, and then licked his finger again.
I licked the other one because it touched too.
Chili.
Just wanted to make sure it was still gross.
So, I think this is a good stopping point because I want to go back.
We're
to,
gonna have a stopping point before the cartridges.
so I want to go back to. I want to go play Destiny before it gets too late. And
Yeah,
Yeah,
I got to
we're
call
still
somebody
1:30.
back too.
so, thank you guys so much for watching. I think this was a very good podcast. I think we all did really well in this one. Finally, we all actually felt comfortable. But yeah, so we'll see you all next week.
If you haven't
Merry
already,
Christmas to
on
all.
the-
and
if you
to
haven't
all
already
a
gotten a
good night.
PS5, I wish you all good luck because you won't find one this
May
year.
the odds forever be in your favor.
May the odds be ever in your favor.
Bye.
God
The
bless
odds
us,
be never in your
everyone.
favor.
Bye, Kevin.
What?